I went to Japan and decided to spend a day going football jersey hunting, and this is the checklist of kits I wanted to find while I was there. Today we're going football jersey hunting in Japan. Here's a checklist of what we're looking for. Japan Y3 jersey, preferably long sleeve. That's a little rare these days, but that's what we're trying to find. Mitoma or Brian, hopefully long sleeve as well. J-League vintage shirt, any vintage J-League team, anything is good. I prefer long sleeve again, and also Liverpool vintage tee as well, just because I'm a Liverpool fan. So let's go do this. Hope y'all like that anime inspired intro. But anyways, using Tokyo's efficient public transport, we made our way to the first store on our list, which was Soccer Shop Camo in Shibuya, to see whether they had any of the kits I was looking for. And initially, although we found the Japan Y3 kits, these were only short sleeves, so we decided to continue looking around the store. Now this store had a ton of football kits, with some even signed by the players themselves, which was just super sick to walk around and see. We also came across football boots, bobbleheads of players, etc. before stumbling across a floor that had the off-white AC Milan kits, a ton of African nation kits, and things of that nature. And no, look, Awashi. Highly recommend y'all watch this show, man. It's genuinely peak. But we really couldn't find any of the kits that we were looking for until we went back downstairs to the Japan Y3 kit section and looked closer than before. And here's what we found. Finally, after looking for a minute, we found the long sleeves tucked away here. We were here earlier. We only saw the short sleeves. The long sleeves were tucked behind here. That's one down on the checklist because we're definitely copying this. Initially though, the size I got was a little small for my liking. I wanted something with a bit more oversized, and luckily we found it afterwards. After I just tried on the XXL in Japan size, we actually found another one that's double the size, so we're just gonna take that because we love oversized fits over here. But Japan Y3 jersey is tough. Gotta cop. Anyways, after finding the specific jersey that I wanted the most, we decided to make our way towards the next shop, which was Vintage Sports Football, a store also in Shibuya. And this store was absolutely beautiful, just filled with some of the best and most vintage kits football has ever seen. And some of the prices were actually pretty decent, but then a lot of the kits were actually really expensive and a little over my budget, I'm afraid. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can afford these type of kits in the future. But anyways, I continued looking for the J-League kit this time. Since we're in Japan, we gotta cop a J-League kit, and eventually I found what I wanted, the Vegalta Sendai kit. Now this kit admittedly is not the most vintage out there, but Vegalta Sendai's story was so heartwarming that I decided to get the kit anyways to show support for them. And if you're not familiar with Vegalta Sendai, they're the main club that got affected by the Japan 2011 earthquake/tsunami, and they had to rebuild themselves back up to restore the club for the affected people of the city. And if you want to learn more about their story, a good friend of the channel and myself, Maxwell, or more commonly known as Maqwell on the internet, made a beautiful video essay surrounding Vegalta Sendai and their story. So make sure to check out that video if you're curious about learning more about them. But since Vegalta Sendai is Max's J-League team, I decided to make it mine too, why not? And cop the kit. Anyways, after getting 2 kits off the checklist, we decided to make a quick pit stop at the Pokemon store in Shibuya because, well, who doesn't love Pokemon, man? It's the greatest game ever invented, no cap. But after trying to find the next store and trying to get some more kits, we weren't finding any luck on this very sunny day in Tokyo, and the morale was running quite low. But thanks to Google Maps, we found a football kit store in Asakusa, which is on the other side of Tokyo in a quieter neighborhood, and we decided to go over there instead. And in the store, we found a ton of vintage Liverpool kits. This easily could have been the 3rd kit off my checklist. But we did the quick maths and found the cheapest vintage Liverpool kit in there was around $400 alone. The money in my bank account isn't all that, lads. I can't be splurging like that, or else I wouldn't be able to afford the rest of my Japan trip. And after looking at the other kits in the store too, not just the vintage ones, we realized something.
These jerseys are very expensive, insanely expensive.
Now there were more Liverpool sections in the store, but the prices were still pretty crazy. And this led me to this conclusion. In the shop, there was Liverpool vintage kits, but those prices were ridiculous. I'm talking $300, $400, $500 kit just for one kit. And not only that, we saw a black Cristiano Ronaldo Manchester United kit, 07-08 I believe, and that was $840. I promise you, on the internet, I can find these jerseys for less than $100. I promise. I can put it up right now on the screen. So the Indian in me just didn't allow that. And I'm shameless enough to admit that I don't mind buying fake stuff. I don't mind buying fake jerseys. I don't really care. You know what? In fact, you see this Gucci wallet? Yeah, you must be thinking I'm rich like that. I'm lavish. I bought this for $20 off the streets of New York, man. Like, I don't care. The money that would have spent to complete this challenge, I guess we say, was just not worth it. That's a life lesson for y'all kids out there, man, because sometimes you could spend and get something. You could have the money. Sometimes it's better not to. Life lessons from yours truly, Nabhuto. Anyways, with that money-saving rant out of the way, let's take a look at everything I got so far in this kit hunting video. After this entire adventure that we spent the entire day doing, we were successful in only 2 out of the 4 jerseys, if that. It might be 1.5 out of 4. So let's take a look at what we actually got and why we failed so miserably today. First jersey we got, it's the nice long sleeve Japan Y3 jersey. It's usually more rare. We found it, luckily. I'm proud of this one. This is the one I wanted the most. You know, happy to say that. Found it. And actually in a good size too. Oversized, which I like. So good success on this one. And the reason why I said 1.5 out of 4 instead of 2 is because we did find ourselves a nice Japanese team, the Vegalta Sendai. This is not vintage, you know what I mean? So I asked for a J-League vintage shirt. We didn't go with the vintage. We went with the nice little Ryoma number 18 Vegalta Sendai shirt. You know, I was looking at the vintage shirts at the second shop, seeing a lot of the Japanese teams, and this is the jersey that called out to me the most, just because I remember my boy, a good friend of the channel, honestly just a good friend to me, Mr. Maqwell himself, had made a video essay on Vegalta Sendai, and he's a fan of the team. And when I saw this jersey, I felt like this was better than some of the vintage jerseys that I saw in the store. I kind of just went with it. I wish it was long sleeve because I'm more on my long sleeve stuff these days, but I'm rocking with the kit. We're rocking with Vegalta Sendai over here. That's why it's 1.5 out of 4. And y'all saw the clips in the most recent clips at that store. It had every Premier League team you could think of. It had West Ham kits, Wolverhampton Wanderers kits, even had Fulham kits. But the one kit we were looking for, the Brighton, they didn't have mitoma. In a Japanese soccer store with like every kit under the sun, bro. Like you saw, like it had everything. No mitoma. So that was a fail on our part. Alright, so it's a few days later from that jersey hunting. Right now we're in Kyoto and we saw a soccer shop near us and we decided to go check it out. And I decided to do the right thing and get a mitoma jersey just because mitoma, that video changed the entire storyline regarding the YouTube channel. That's the one that really took us off. So I had to get something regarding mitoma, even though the Brighton kits are not really available in this country for some reason. So I went ahead, I copped another Japan Y3 jersey, this time with mitoma on the back. You know, it's tough. Sadly, I can't really wear it. It's a little too small. I had a XL, but they gave me a medium, and Japan size is already small enough, so I can't really wear it, but it'll be hung up in my room so y'all can see it in my videos because we gotta represent mitoma, change everything. So technically we have another addition in the jersey hunting, so it wasn't a complete L. So yeah, that kit was a medium, but I'm just gonna give that one to my sister because she would probably like it. Instead, I did went and copped another Japan Y3 long sleeve jersey, but this time there is a difference. This time I got mitoma with the number 7 on the back. I gotta make sure mitoma is well represented on the channel, since the video I made about him changed the direction of the Nabhuto channel forever. So I'm definitely hanging up this kit somewhere here in my studio, man. I got to. But even after copying this kit, I'm still not done shopping, because actually a few days later I went to Shimokitazawa in Tokyo, a vintage shopping area. I went to this specific store called Stickout, and admittedly a pretty sus area, but regardless, look what I found. A vintage Spain 2006 World Cup kit for only $15, bro. This was just 15 bucks. This specific kit is way more expensive on sites like classic football shirts, so this was a vintage steal that I did find. But yeah, that's about it. We copped 2 Japan home Y3 kits, one with mitoma on the back, one away Japan Y3 kit, one Vegalta Sendai kit, and one Spain 2006 World Cup kit. Could this kit hunting have been more successful? Sure, but at least I got 2 kits that I really wanted, a Japan Y3 kit and a J-League kit. So I'll take what I can get. Anyways, I am back from Japan now, so expect the uploads to be way more frequent than they have been in the past 2 weeks. In fact, I'm literally recording and editing this video on my birthday just to get this out as soon as possible for y'all. I'm really Nabhuto now, bro. This is nasty work. But regardless, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, follow my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and join the Discord community. All the links are in my YouTube description. And last but not least, if you want to learn more about which countries could debut at the 2026 World Cup, you definitely want to check out this video right here. You won't regret it.